Hello, everyone. Live from New York, I'm Bianca Goladriga.
And I'm Zain Asher. You are indeed watching One World. A desperate search is underway right now for survivors after the strongest earthquake to hit Taiwan in about a quarter of a century.
Yeah, the images are shocking, and the threat isn't over yet. Nearly 30 aftershocks above 4.0 magnitude have rocked the island's eastern coast near the epicenter, and more are expected in the coming days. At least 9 people were killed and more than 900 injured when the massive quake struck, triggering landslides and causing more than 100 buildings to collapse. Rescue crews are currently trying to reach dozens of people who are trapped in highway tunnels.
The quake was so strong that tremors could be felt as far away as eastern China. The military, meanwhile, has deployed, although the full extent of the damage remains unclear. CNN's Hanako Montgomery has more.
Morning commuters in Taiwan shaken by strong tremors. Drivers stopped on highways and bridges. Live broadcasts interrupted and people ducking for cover. As a 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck the island around 8 a.m. Wednesday.
All the things fell off, everything damaged.
It was the strongest earthquake to hit the island in 25 years, Taiwan's weather agency says.
It was very strong. It felt as if the house was going to topple.
It prompted tsunami warnings in Taiwan, Japan, and the Philippines, which were later lifted. Its epicenter near the tourist city of Hualien on the island's eastern coast. Social media video shows the moment it triggered a massive landslide, with dust clouds swallowing a road. This multi-story building partially collapsing as scooters and motorbikes watch from a distance. Around 100 buildings have been damaged. Rescuers racing to save people trapped, including dozens in tunnels blocked by debris. Wednesday's quake is the strongest to hit Taiwan since 1999, when a powerful 7.7 magnitude quake struck, killing more than 2,000 people. Authorities said Wednesday the military has been deployed to help with the aftermath. President Tsai has asked her administration to work with local governments on assistance.
I would like to ask you to continue to pay close attention to the situation in various places and initiate various contingency measures to protect the safety of the people.
Many now find themselves in darkness, navigating the ruins of their homes and bracing for the relentless aftershocks.
And Zain and Bianca, we have to remember that this earthquake happened just a day before Tomb Sweeping Day. Tomb Sweeping Day in much of the Chinese-speaking part of the world is a day when relatives visit their ancestors' tombs and pay their respects. But because we're seeing aftershocks, very powerful aftershocks, that the Taiwanese authorities have warned could last for the next several days, many people in Taiwan have had to cancel their plans and instead grapple with the aftermath of the largest earthquake they've seen and witnessed in the past 25 years.
Hanako Montgomery, live for us there. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, the tsunami threat has ended. Recovery efforts underway despite continuing aftershocks that Hanako was just laying out there. CNN meteorologist Elisa Rafa joins us live now from Atlanta. Elisa, the damage is incredible, right? It is extensive. You're talking about buildings that have been completely destroyed, landslides, highways that have been closed. You've got thousands of people without power, obviously people trapped in buildings at this point in time. What are authorities up against in terms of rescuing those people who are trapped right now?
Yeah, we've got showers that will be in the forecast for the next couple of days. And while this magnitude of earthquake is so rare, we actually are in an area of the world where earthquakes themselves are pretty common. The area there in Southeast Asia is prone to earthquakes. We're looking at the Ring of Fire. Basically, we've got the plate tectonics of the Earth. The Earth is split into plates. And once those plates kind of hit up against each other or they move, that's where you get the earthquakes. And if you look at Eastern Asia, Southeast Asia. All of these islands here are really prone, ground zero for all of that shaking. More than 450 of our volcanoes are in that area. 90% of the world's earthquakes happen in that ring of fire. Like I mentioned, that 7-point magnitude earthquake is pretty rare. Only happens 15 times a year worldwide. But when it does happen, this is the destruction. I mean, we're looking at buildings that are crooked, upside down, just totally toppled and destroyed, landslides being triggered from this. And the aftershocks that will come is even more vulnerable, because even though they might be lesser quakes than the original 7-point magnitude, you have buildings that look like that. So they're more susceptible now to even more damage because they are losing their foundation and their structures. 7-point magnitude on the east coast of Taiwan. Any tsunami alerts have been lifted, but we have had about 29 earthquakes since then, the aftershocks that have been 4-point magnitude or higher. So they've been pretty significant. An earthquake like that on its own could do a lot of damage. Here's that 3-day forecast going through the next couple of days. Temperatures at and a little bit above average in the middle 20s, but we are looking at some showers through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday across the island as we go through the next couple of days. So that could be a problem for rescuers trying to go through the rubble cleanup efforts, as well as we're looking at some showers that come off of mainland China and then cut across the island, and this will be through the next couple of days. But those aftershocks will continue, and again, like at our last check, most of them have been pretty strong, that 4-point magnitude or higher, a lot of them 5-point magnitude. So they'll really have to deal with that the next couple of days, ladies.
Yeah, they've got a very difficult few days ahead. Alyssa, I know you said that the tsunami threat had been lifted. I had seen images of ocean waters receding in Japan yesterday. Does that mean they're in the clear now, or is there still cause for concern?
No, they should be in the clear going forward once that was lifted. A lot of that threat for the tsunami threat there is pretty imminent, right? Because you just shook all of this land, and that can slosh the ocean back and forth. It might be something that they need to monitor for these aftershocks, depending on how strong these aftershocks can be, which, like I mentioned, some of them have been 5 to 6-point in magnitude, which is pretty significant. So they'll need to keep monitoring for that. But in that near term right now, all of those advisories and warnings have been allowed to expire.
Well, that's reassuring, but the search and recovery in Taiwan continues. Alyssa Rafa, thank you.